put the tower garden right there. How convenient.
Can you hear us?
What's that?
Oh, we were just having trouble with the audio, but we got it now. Thanks.
If everybody put themselves on mute. Everybody on mute? If not, Nikki, you can, I think, do mute for everybody, yes? There we go. Just looking to see who's all on. Okay, so we are going to start. I'm going to pull up my share screen here from beginning. From beginning, there we go. Okay, everybody can see that? Okay, awesome. So thanks for joining us tonight. We're so excited. This is our first Monday night sharing the product and business story with people that are interested in learning a little bit more about the Juice Plus franchise and how you can create truly the passion and financial means. Oh, somebody is not on mute. Nikki, can you deal with that, please? Everybody on mute? Perfect, thank you. Okay, so tonight's call is Design a Life You Love. And my name is Nicole Scott. I'm going to be your host. This presentation should be about 30 minutes. So thanks for joining us tonight. Happy Monday. So in regards to introducing myself, I'm going to just actually share my story. I am a single mom. I'm a nutritionist, and I like to say I'm a boss babe. And I'm just going to read my story here and share a little bit more. So 12 years ago, I finally said yes to eating Juice Plus. I want to thank my mom, she's actually on the call tonight, and my stepdad for not giving up on, I was a very skeptical daughter. And, you know, I'm very grateful because in the end, it made a huge impact on our health. It gave us more energy. It reduced and got rid of my daughter's food allergies, and we were sleeping better. Also, my hair grows so much faster, my nails. I like to say I'm a regular gal, lots of good bowel movement.
She froze at bowel movements. That was the last thing I heard.
I had noticed that. Hi, Jen.
I just was having a laugh over here, so I wanted to join you guys in. Whenever she comes back on, she can continue to talk about her bowel movements.
That was kind of perfect timing, actually.
Often here. Lovely technology. So there we go. Okay. So just a couple things about my story. So, you know, I would have never dreamed that, you know, this passion for helping people eat whole food nutrition and sharing Juice Plus would turn into literally a full-time income and allowing me truly to follow my passion. Today, our tribe, Team B, is building an empire of heartfelt souls to spread our mission of inspiring healthy living around the world. And I like to say, pinch me, because my dreams are truly coming true, and I will tell you more about that. And I have time with the financial freedom. I love to cook. I love to play. I love to travel with the people that I love. And Juice Plus has changed my life forever, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm going to talk a little bit about our products. Really simple. It's about plant-based nutrition on the go. I didn't think I needed Juice Plus in the beginning because I thought I was doing a pretty good job. I juiced, I Vitamixed. We ate probably 10 to 15 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. But the reality is when I did get my pre-blood work and my post-blood work in that 4-month period, because that's how we share Juice Plus in a 4-month supply, the results were incredible. And in that moment of reflecting of the before and after, what it made me realize is despite my best effort, me and my girls were still deficient. Hold on one sec, my battery's gonna go. Is that 12 years, I've just take their health to the next level. So we have our Juice Plus capsules, we have vegetarian chewies, and we also have our Juice Plus shakes that I'm going to talk a little bit about. And we also have our bars and a tower garden that is right behind me, if you can see that, and I'll talk about that in a bit. Really, at the end of the day, people say, well, what is Juice Plus? It's really simple. It's just fruits, vegetables, berries, and some whole grains that are the fruit and the veg and berries are juiced and dehydrated in a cold process, and they're literally put into a capsule. The water is removed, and you're getting really the variety of the fruits and veg. What struck me the most was the fact that they crush the entire plant. So I'll give an example. Papaya, they take the skin and the seeds, and they're crushing everything, including the leaves and as much as part of the plant as they can. And that's just nutrition that people are not getting on a daily basis. I know for me, I was pretty proud to get 10 to 15 servings of fruits and veg a day, but what I realized is I wasn't getting that variety, and Juice Plus was filling in the gap. A couple things I want to talk about what research, but the fact that the produce was picked at the used and dried at low temperatures so that they were protecting the nutrition, so the enzymes were there and alive, that they were chemical-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, and that they had the NSF certificate and kosher certification. NSF just means it's a third-party independent company that's testing to make sure what we say is in the product is in the product, and they're also testing for contaminants to make sure that our product is clean. If you know of an athlete or an Olympic athlete that is really concerned about quality, we also have NSF Sport. And we have had, just on our team alone, Olympic athletes that are using and taking the Juice Plus products in a safe manner, and very proud to represent, the Juice Plus products. One of my favorite programs that I've been sharing for the last 12 years is our Children's Health Study program. So when an adult places an order, a child 4 years old or older will be able to get the Juice Plus chewies or capsules for free for up to 4 years. It's a beautiful program that's really helping millions of families, again, take their family's health to the next level in a very, very affordable way. Some of the studies, the health study has showed that children who take Juice Plus are missing fewer days. They're eating more fruits and vegetables. Why is that so important? Because Juice Plus really starts to change the memory at the cellular level. It's called metabolic programming. And that to me was so exciting as a nutritionist and as a mom to start hearing the stories from the mummies saying that their kids are starting to eat more fresh fruits and veg because they're craving it. We're seeing that they're visiting the doctor less, that they're drinking more water, and that 89% are starting to become more aware of their health. And how exciting is that? Now, that was kind of like our Juice Plus products. And then, of course, we have our unbelievable, yummy, tasty Juice Plus complete shakes. I love them because they're low glycemic. And what that means is it stabilizes your blood sugar. So you have 1 or 2 of those in a day to replace your meals. And what you're doing is you're reducing some of your calories, you're bringing your nutritional intensity up. And when you balance your blood sugar, that equals willpower. They're vegan, they're non-GMO, they're gluten and dairy free, they're plant-based, and we have some really powerful prebiotic fiber and oligosaccharides, which is just food for your gut, for your gut health. And we really want to feed, I heard a great talk by Dr. Mitra Ray, and she said, the good guys in your gut are vegan. So this is a great way to help feed your good guys so that you have a good population. The other program a program that came out is called the Shred 10 program. I love it. A lot of our team members are running these Shred 10 programs around the world online through a community of support. Very simple guidelines. I always say you can do anything for 10 days. It's pretty strict. We want you to eliminate the gluten and dairy, the inflammatory foods. It says reduce, but my best results are when you eliminate caffeine, alcohol, and sugar, and you want to add more real food. You're going to add your Trio capsules, which are the 30 plants. We're going to add 1 to 2 shakes. I prefer 2 shakes a day. lots of water, plenty of sleep, 7 to 8 hours, and to exercise most days. This is my story on the right. My journey has been a very interesting one over the last 12 years. And I've gone through, a separate, well, I'm going to say divorce now. That was just official last month with the official papers. But I am a single mom of 2 teenage girls. And, sometimes my health wasn't always a priority, despite myself being a nutritionist. And using the SHRED program for the last on and off 4 years of being consistent and having a program to fall on to help me get rid of my bad habits and replace good habits, I've gone from a size 12 to, depending on the designer, but between a size 6 and 8. So I've lost definitely between 15 and that 20-pound range. But it's not necessarily about the weight, it's how I feel. I just have a much positive, outlook on life, mental health, and I just, I feel like I got myself back. And when you start to take your health as a priority and you stay on track most of the time, it really makes a huge difference. And you become a role model for yourself, for your community, for your children. And I'm just so grateful every day that we have this SHRED 10 program. And this is actually a program that I lead with all the time. We run them typically once a month, and we support online, giving our customers some great ideas and tips to stay on track and feel awesome. In regards to the SHRED program, some people start at 1 shake a day, some people start at 1 shake and 3 caps a day, or the trio. And I would say for most, I get everybody just doing the full on out, because that's where you're going to get the best results. So my program that I do for myself and what I recommend to my clients is just go full out, play full out. It's only 1 weekend. So what you have to understand is that our products come in a 4-month supply. And then in regards to the SHRED program, what I tell people is you get to choose how many SHRED pens that you want to do in that 4-month period. Most people end up picking between 3 and 4 SHREDs. So it's almost like they're joining me on the 1 SHRED a month for 4 months. And it really depends on what your health goal is too. But what I have found is the SHRED 10 program really does become a lifestyle program. People say, well, how much is it? Honestly, I think it is so affordable, and I feel like I save money on the SHRED 10 program. It works out to just over $9 a day. And like I said, you can sponsor a child between the ages of 4 and full-time college or university. So it's an amazing value to get 2 meals and your 30 extra plants. So in total, you're getting 45 plus plants a day with your SHRED program. $9 a day. The other day I went for 1 juice, a green juice, and a Buddha bowl, and that cost me $20, and that was 1 meal only. So I know for me, I find it a very, very affordable program, saving me money. The other product that we have that I absolutely fell in love with 6 years ago was the Tower Garden. I love it because it is a no dirt, soilless unit. You use 90% less water, 90% less space, and I like to say it's a garden for dummies. Mine in the back, if you can see it, you guys see it? I'm growing mine indoor. Oh, you can't see it? Can you see me? Yeah, Michelle's like, yeah. Anyways, maybe it's too dark. Okay. Anyways, I have 3 of them. I'm going to be growing 2 outside and 1 indoor. And I just love the fact that you can go over and cut off fresh kale and greens for your salads and your smoothies every day. We've been growing them for about 6 years now with a lot of success. And I know a lot of you on tonight have your own tower garden as well. I just think it's such a gift to the world that we get to teach people how to grow and take control out of their own produce, worry about chemicals on their plants. I love the fact that we got them in most of the Boys and Girls Clubs in North America. We've donated them. I love the fact that we're getting them in schools and teaching kids how to grow food again. And to me, it's one of the most inspiring things that we could do to give back to the world is help people take control of their own growing. So that's a little bit about the products. Hold on here. I went a little bit too fast. Sorry. From beginning, I get a little bit excited. Okay. So next is I want to just transition here to talking a little bit about the business. Couple things that I want to point out. So the company's called the Juice Plus Company. They've been around for 45 years and privately held. Over $10 billion in sales and in 20 plus countries worldwide. Very, very strong management team. Last year they did 650 million in sales, and they're on track by the year 2020 to do $1 billion in sales. So crazy amount of growth around the world, which is exciting. Very unique business model. They borrow the best concepts from a variety of businesses to create a unique business model. So franchising, branding, product tried and proven system, direct sales is that person. So I like to say it's relationship building, network marketing. So that really just means home-based business, and you're leveraging your team around the world. And then corporate, which means benefit plan. And so when you get to our top position, you actually get a benefits plan along with a lot of other wonderful things that they support you to help build your business. What I love about this business is that you literally are growing an international business online. We are in over 20 countries that we do business, and pretty soon we'll be able to ship anywhere in the world, which is really exciting. So let me ask you a question. What would you like your life to look like in the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years? I know when I first started in this business, they said, Nicole, on average, it takes 3 to 5 years to get to the top position. And it took me 6 years to get to the top position, which is called National Marketing Director. And today, with the speed of social media and how fast it is to connect with people and build relationships, the average speed to get to the top of the position is about 2 years. And I know Jen Brennan, if we take that year that you took a break out of having babies, Jen was about on track for a 2 year, and she just landed NMD, which is very exciting journey for her. So, what would you like your life to look like? I mean, what I have realized in the 12 years I've been with the Juice Plus Company is it's all about what your priority is. And, I see a lot of my friends doing the same thing that they've been doing for the last 12 years with the same pain, which is I commute all the time. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I don't see my family enough. I don't have enough money at the end of the month. I don't go on enough trips. And what I find fascinating is that it's kind of like they hit the repeat button every single year and nothing changes. And I like to stop people and say, but what if you started to invest your time a little bit on this part-time opportunity that could potentially turn into a residual income where you can start to make choices? I heard a speaker on the weekend say, is it time management really, or is it choice management? Because we all have the same time, 24 hours, but it's how do we use those 24 hours to move our life forward? And I'm just so grateful that 12 years ago, I decided to say, I'm going to do this business part-time around my very, very busy schedule and do it in stolen moments so that maybe one day, if I don't give up and I meet enough people and share it with enough people, that maybe just down the road, my life might look different. And it looks very, very different than what it looked like 12 years ago. So people always say, so what do you do? Well, really at the end of the day, I'm just out and about the world talking to people, whether it be on social media or in the grocery store. And I'm just sharing Juice Plus. I'm sharing my story. I'm asking questions. And the Juice Plus company does everything else. They provide top quality sales support. So our Canadian corporate office is in Mississauga. They process your order. They ship directly to your customer. We use Canada Post in Canada to deliver right to your doorstep. They collect from your customers. They pay you and your team every single month on the 10th. They help you manage your data so that you can stay on track. Of course, you join our team called Team B, be the change you wish to see in the world. We have a team website where we support, we love on you. We have a Facebook group, and we do a lot of events to help you move your business forward. And we have a lot of fun. So really easy. You sign up, it's a $50 investment. You place your personal order, you share your experience, and you teach others to do the same. And that's really the simplicity of our business model. It's not it's not a magic bullet. It's simple. And if you have the desire and a strong why, and you really want to help people, it's a great opportunity to start getting your hands wet, doing a mission. It's because we're really mission driven, and you get to work with a great group of people. What has this business done for me? The left is the Disney cruise. This was on my dream board one day. I always wanted to be able to financially say yes to my girls and take them anywhere they wanted. And one of their wishes was to one day go on a Disney cruise. So in 2015, I finally said yes. I had the money to say yes, and I took both of my girls to Disney on a cruise. And it was one of the most magical experience, the most powerful experience as a single mom to be able to afford something like that. We had just the most magical time. The other thing it has done is I've met some of my bestie friends in this business, and what it has done is I get to see other people designing a life that they love, seeing them either retire from their personal training or reducing their hours so they can spend more time with their family. And that's just probably one of the most satisfying things that I, as a leader, have witnessed and felt, is helping other people achieve their goals. And down on the right, as you can see, this was the number of teammates that came out to our last conference in California. It was our largest group of distributors that came out into California to learn, to grow, to have fun. And, you know, it's just the most satisfying experience when you get to see your team members walking stage, celebrating them, getting the recognition that they deserve, and learning how they can have a different life. So, you know, I'm just so grateful every day that I said yes to the Juice Plus products. I had no idea that it would turn into a business like it has today. And nothing gives me more satisfaction to help other people start to dream again, start to imagine that their life could be different in 2 or 3 years by putting in some extra effort. You know, when I look back, and I just recently got the question, you know, Nicole, what do you say, you know, how you kind of grew over the years? And I said, well, it's kind of interesting. One of the habits that I started to say no to was watching TV. And it has probably been 9 years. I've been, like, I'm going to say cable free. We do have cable. I barely even know how to, we just got it in the new house, but I barely know how to turn it on. So, you know, it was like when my girls were little, I could have gone and watched TV with my husband, but I chose not to. And I chose to build my business, you know, once the kids were down, and maybe I would work 30 minutes or an hour here, an hour there. I just made different choices, I guess, choice management. How are you using your time to have a different future? So as I wrap up tonight, there's 3 choices. You know, you can choose nothing. Maybe nothing tonight resonated with you and it's not the right time, and I totally get it. You know, my mom, you know, asked me for 4 months about the product, and I just wasn't ready. But, you know, she just had called me at the right time when I was ready. And that's okay. Or I'm going to say B option would be to decide to start taking Juice Plus for you and your family. And try either our shred program or start to grow your own tower, and get with the person that invited you here on the call tonight so that you can you know, take your health to the next level. And option C would be decide to start taking and sharing Juice Plus by joining this movement. It's $50, and you just never know how this business could totally change your life. On that note, I'm going to stop sharing here. And you guys can unmute yourself. And if there are any questions that you guys have, because we have about 5 minutes, I would be happy to answer them. Or if any of our distributors that are on the call tonight want to share or comment. Is there any questions that have come through yet? I love the freedom pick. You can also just type your comments too if you're too shy to speak. I've got the comment section open here so I can see your questions. Everyone is shy like a mouse. See Paula. Jen Brennan, do you want to maybe share a few words? Oh, she's on the phone. I don't know if she can or not. Your towers look awesome. They
Hey,
have
sorry, Nicole. Sorry, what did you say? Jimmy's just wanting it's his 40th birthday today.
maybe share. People are being quiet and shy, and that's fine. But just so far, your journey in Juice Plus, you just were one of our newest national marketing directors. So maybe just a few minutes of just what this product and business has done for you and your family.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I've had a really cool experience. Some of you heard me speak at the regional on Saturday, but I was one of the people that was resistant, like lots of people will be. And I said on Saturday, if you're stalking somebody, don't stop, because Melissa stalked me for 4 years and it worked. And I'm so happy that it did. I literally remember seeing her and doing this and going the other way. And now she's one of my closest friends. She presented the opportunity to me for, to actually have a life and create a life that I really wanted. At the time, I was a small business owner. I started a business to have freedom of money and freedom of time. And it ate me up and spit me out. And I was an exhausted mom and friend and daughter and wife and everything else. And I came back from our leadership advancement weekend 2 years ago and really saw the big picture. And I went to work. I apologized to customers and distributors that I had sort of just let die. And I really, I got hungry and I worked and I hit NMD this past October. And at Christmas time, I went to my husband, who I do the finances in our house. And I said to him, okay, I'm quitting my boot camp. I don't want to work at night anymore. And he said, well, what are you talking about? I said, well, I've replaced my income. So, and he was really in shock. And he was excited for me. And so beginning of February, I taught my last boot camp class at night. I still teach during the day, which is awesome because it's my passion. I love it. But tonight I put all three of my kids to bed, gave them a bath, did their homework, read stories and all the things that most people take for granted that don't work in the evenings, that I was just like, starving to have with my kids. So it's given me really a sense of family life back that I didn't have. And my husband really likes hanging out with me again because I wasn't really that great for a while. And my kids too. So, obviously freedom of financially, but most importantly, just being able to be with my kids and being able to experience every second of whatever they have. And obviously I'm going to choose to go to events at night, but if I'm going to miss them with them, it's because I choose it, not because that choice has been made for me. And I think that's been the big thing. So, I say to my team, like, what do you want out of this? Like big picture, like dream. Like that's what I said on Saturday. I stopped dreaming, and you'll hear this and it sounds so cheesy, but I literally stopped dreaming. It was like one busy day into the next of being a mom and being needed all the time. And I just wanted to not be needed for 2 seconds. And this has given me something that's mine, and I'm needed because my team needs me, because I want them to need me. It's not in, the sense where you're just so spent. And so, just dream big. Like, where do you want to be in 5 years? I don't want to do this redundant life. And I made that decision, and I'm pretty freaking happy about it. So
Awesome. Thanks, Jen, for sharing.
yeah, no problem.
Any last comments or questions before we wrap up? Okay, I just wanted to thank you tonight, and hopefully some of this has resonated with you. It is recorded, so you'll be able to share it with your friends and family and anybody that might have missed out on hearing the message. And again, my mom's on. Hi, Mom. Thank you again for being brave enough and not giving up on me, because you totally changed the direction of my life forever. And I am so, so grateful. And you will find other people that will change your direction, right? We have these aha moments, and it's pretty cool when you pay attention to those people that are showing up over and over again, trying to wake you up in some way. and it's pretty awesome. So thank you again for joining. And I believe next Monday, we're going to be having a very detailed presentation on the Shred 10 program. And you can join us at then. So good night, everyone.